Captain Wooba back with another great paper airplane. This one is called the Suzanne. It holds the world record for longest distance flight. That was 226 feet. That was thrown by Joe Ayub and designed by John Collins. Now, I made this paper airplane and thought, man, I'm just going to go out there and just baseball rip that thing out there. Turns out, no. It actually takes a lot of finesse in how you throw this thing. You really have to just get a nice hard push through the wind, and you do not want these wings to flap as you do it. Now, there's a number 5 here for the fold. I actually put that right about where I'm pinching my fingers when I'm throwing the paper airplanes on my better flights. So that helps give you a little bit of a clue of where to hold it. And the other thing to do is watch how it flies. If you're wanting a really straight flight, if it's curving one direction, look at the paper and see what might be causing that curve and try to get rid of that. The other thing is it has to be folded with high precision, or you really won't get those straight flights. Well, got to give you the quick pitch. HobbyCaptain.com has the world's largest selection of free paper airplane patterns. Let me go show you how to fold this one. Before I get to folding, I wanted to show everyone a mistake that I made. So this was my first print after creating this pattern, and I got to this step in the fold and went, wait, my fold is landing in the wrong spot. This line should have landed approximately here, and instead it's landing just a little bit off. And I'll show you, it's more apparent when I do it on this side. So you can see it's landing right about there when it should land right about there. Okay. Now what was going on is I had my printer scale set incorrectly. It should have been set to full scale, custom scale 100%. Something to that effect. It'll vary printer by printer. Now this is all covered in my Getting Started page. Go through, take a look at the Getting Started page. I know it's not the most fun thing ever, but it will prevent you from making mistakes like this one. All right, now for the real folding. So this pattern has a total of 6 steps. And to walk through those fairly quickly here, we've got step 1 will be a crease that will form an X on the page. Step 2 will fold some flaps in. Step 3 will fold the nose in half. Step 4 will actually create the real nose. Step 5 will fold the plane in half. And on step 6 we'll put in the wings. So step 1 I think is easier to make from the blank side. So we're going to try to, where the fold line should land here is, it should create this mark right where we put the 2 edges together. And so it'll help us find our line. Now I think it's important to note on this paper airplane that this was designed by a man by the name of John Collins, kind of a paper airplane legend. And he did this paper airplane out of an A4, which is a slightly different size than I'm using. I'm using the letter, which is 8.5 by 11. I'm not sure exactly what A4 is, but I'm not using the correct page size here. And further, this pattern will not work on an A4. I'd have to make a slightly different pattern to make it correct for the A4. But this just keeps all of my paper airplanes standard and with a very common paper size. Okay, so there's step 1. These were crease lines, so I folded and then unfolded, and a line is on the outside of the fold. Okay, so step 2, we've got folds here, and so we'll just pull the line over and make our fold. Now this plane, if you're going to get a nice long straight flight, straight being the key word here, the plane has to be extremely symmetric. So your folds have to be dead on if you're going to get that really straight flight like the world record actually was set doing. Otherwise, your plane will tend to have a turn in it. Okay, so there's one side. Now I know that's not a crease line, but I'm going to go ahead and unfold it anyways. And I'm going to make this fold next, which is still step 2. It's just the opposite side of step 2. We'll make sure our fold line is really nice and crisp. Bring our other side down, make sure that's really nice and crisp before we move on to step 3. Now step 3 is here. We're going to fold this in half, or fold this down rather, and we want to be really precise on the line, and we also want to pay attention that the fold we made on step 2 isn't puckering up. So there you saw I got it just a little bit off on our left side there. I want to make sure that's down really nice and crisp, that our edges here are still really nice and crisp. Our edges there are still nice and crisp. Now we come over and we're going to go to step 4, which we're going to finish that crease we made on step 1. So that line is already begun. Makes it pretty easy. Now step 5, if you see here, we're really tight right in the middle there, and that can kind of make step 5 harder. We're going to fold this in half, and what we're looking to do is the plane really needs to be symmetric, and that line should be nicely in the center, so that should help you out, but we're also trying to pay attention to make the plane just as symmetric as we can get it. And symmetric means the exact same on both sides. Okay, now we're going into the wings. And to start the wing, we're going to come up here into the meat of the nose and try to start folding right along the line here. And then as we come back, rather than trying to keep on the line, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to bring it so that the edge of the wing right there just touches the end of the airplane here. Okay, and there we go, right on the line. And all right, now this one, it's really important we do the same thing. We're going to start right up in the nose, try to stay right on that line. And now we're going to try to fold to match the two wings together as precisely as we can get them. That'll help. The more precise we can be, the better, straighter flights we can get. Straighter being the key word to better. Okay. Now what I want to do is I'm going to add a couple little pieces of tape here. I'm just going to tape up. This is just a tiny little piece of tape. I'm going to put it, well, try to put it across the back here to hold that together. I'm going to add one more here up closer to the nose and hold the nose together. Now what I want to try to do is flex these out, so we're trying to create a little bit of a U shape in the plane, and what that's going to help do is help keep it from rolling. And again, the more symmetric this can be, the more precise we can get that on both sides, the better. Mine's not looking the best here. It's probably going to have some curve in flight. Okay, and we're going to want to put just a little bit of a twist up on the back of the plane. Okay, well, there that is. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy it. Please leave a like and a comment. I'm going to go throw this thing and try to cherry pick the best one to show you. Thank you very much.